Hey, in today's lesson, I am going to teach you how to finally think and speak in English. I'm going to explain the connection, give you a simple formula that will help you finally start speaking like a native English speaker. Are you ready? Well then, I am Teacher Tiffany. Let's jump right in. All right, so the first thing you have to understand is the 5 W's method. That's right. We must first start off by thinking in English, using the 5 W's: who, what, when, where, and why. So let's say we're talking about our daily life, and we're going to start with our morning routine. Look at this man. He's working out hard, but we want to describe what he's doing, like a native English speaker. So we must think in English. Who is he? His name is Mike. He's 50 years old. What is Mike doing? Mike is working out hard when at 6 a.m. every morning. We're at a large gym not too far from his house, and why he learned the importance of discipline from working on a farm and the importance of staying in shape from his military background. So again, what have we done? We have thought in English. We saw what was happening. This man was building muscles, and he does it every morning. This is his morning routine, and we use the 5 W's. So now how do we speak in English about his morning routine? So once again, we have the 5 W's here. Organized, who, what, when, where, and why, which will lead us to speaking about his morning routine. Watch this, read along with me. I am 50 years old, but I still work out hard at 6 a.m. every morning. I usually exercise at a large gym not too far from my house. People always say my consistency is impressive. Honestly, I learned the importance of discipline from working on a farm and the importance of staying in shape from my time in the military. You see what just happened, right? Using the 5 W's. We thought about his morning routine, and then we were able to speak, think, and then speak. Now, I want to break down some of the words, some of the vocabulary words within this speaking portion. But I want to remind you to use the 5 W's to talk about your own morning routine. Now, I see a word in here that maybe you don't know. The first word is consistency. Good after me again. Consistency, excellent. Now, the word consistency just means the quality of always behaving or performing in a similar way, or of always happening in a similar way. So let me explain something to you really quickly about this word. Remember who I am, your English teacher, right? So every day I make it a point to upload an English lesson at 5 p.m. Eastern, right? So I want to do it on a regular basis. My behavior, my pattern is uploading English lessons for you. So I am trying to practice consistency. Makes sense, right? You got it. Now, maybe you have a little bit of trouble with the pronunciation. I want to remind you to download the English with Tiffany app within the app. There are many lessons and courses, but I have a specific course on pronunciation that will help you, so you can download that course. You can download the app, all right? So consistency. Now let's go back again and look at what was said. The next word was impressive, impressive. So after me, impressive, excellent. Again, impressive, good job. Now, this word impressive is also very important. If an object or achievement is impressive, you admire or respect it, usually because it is special important or very large. So, for example, me, when I think about you as a student, as an English learner, learning a second language or a third language, and for many of you, a fourth language, English is not your mother tongue. I am impressed. Your abilities are impressive. Why you are learning another language? You are so intelligent. So that's an achievement. You are very impressive. Makes sense, right? So again, we said that Mike's morning routine is impressive. All right now, there's another one that I want us to look at very quickly. The other one was discipline. Again, discipline excellent. All right? Now, what does the word discipline actually mean? It's the ability to control yourself or other people even in difficult situations. So maybe your favorite dessert is ice cream. When you see the ice cream, you want to eat it all, but you're on a diet. You're trying to lose weight, so you have to be disciplined. You have to control yourself from eating all of the ice cream. Makes sense, right, in English? We say discipline. Are you a very disciplined person? Let us know in the comments section. All right? So we have discipline now. Once again, looking at what was said to describe his morning routine. We have all of the information, and we're able to speak about his morning routine. Because we first thought about his morning routine using the 5 W's: who, what, when, where, and why. Now, before we move to the afternoon routine, I want you in the comments section to write about your personal morning routine. Now remember again, using the thoughts section, thinking in English, you must first again say who, what, when, where, and why. So let us know about your morning routine in the comments section. All right, here we go. Let's move on to the afternoon routine again. You're going to notice this pattern: think, speak, think, speak, think. Using the 5 W's, and then you'll be able to speak fluently in English here. We go afternoon routine. Let's look at this afternoon routine. Maybe you're at work and you have to have lots of meetings with your coworkers. So who my team members and I, we are web designers. What go to a team meeting in the afternoon? When around 2 p.m. in the afternoon, we're in the big conference room down the hall from my office. Why? To discuss how we will create all of the images, layouts, and videos for a new corporate website. So once again, what did we do? We thought about the afternoon routine. Who, what, when, where, and why we are organizing our thoughts about this period of time. You can do it for any situation. Now we've thought about it again. We have the 5 W's very clearly broken down for the afternoon routine. So how would we now speak about the afternoon routine here? We go, this is how we would say all of that information. I am a web designer and I work with a great team. Got it almost every day. We have a team meeting at around 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Got it when our team meetings are in the big conference room down the hall from my office. Got it where we need to discuss how we will create all of the images, layouts, and videos for a new corporate website. Got it. I explained why. So, because we thought about our afternoon routine, 5 Ws. We were able to speak fluently in English about our afternoon routines. Again, think and speak, simple formula. Use the 5 Ws in bow. You'll start sounding like a native English speaker. Now, within our answer, there are about 3 things that I want to explain to you. So here we go. I want to explain the first one. The first one is at around. Let me take this off the screen very quickly. At around now, this means near or close to approximately, and it usually refers to a numerical value or point in time. So for example, let's say you're going to have a pot, you're going to have a party. All right, so you're going to have a party, right? And you say, hey guys, my party starts at 3 p.m. Everyone's like, okay, I'll be there. But then one of your friends says, oh my goodness, I have to work that day and I get off at 3 p.m., but I'll rush there and I think I can get there at around 3:45. It means approximately I'm going to try to get there at that time in English. We use at around. So again, look at how we used it in this situation. We said we have a team meeting at around 2 p.m., meaning approximately makes sense, right? Okay? Now what about down the hall from? I said down the hall from now. This is also something we use on a regular basis. So down the hall from means it specifies a location along the hall. Like if you're in a building, there's a hallway. So down the hall from means you're talking about a certain place along the hallway. It means further along the hall from a specific location. I'm in this spot, but it's further down from me. It's down the hall from ... So my office is down the hall from my boss's office. The bathroom is down the hall from the conference room. You see what's happening, right? You're telling where something is. In relation to something else in English, we say down the hall from. So in this example, speaking about his afternoon routine. Her afternoon routine, we said our meetings are in the big conference room down the hall from my office. Makes sense, right? Okay? Now, there was one more that I wanted to explain. It was corporate now, again after me for pronunciation. Corporate excellent. Now, we saw how we use this. We said the last sentence, we need to discuss how we will create all of the images, layouts, and videos for a new corporate website. All right. So, what does corporate mean? Corporate actually means relating to a large company. So think about Apple. I love Apple computers. I love Apple products. Apple is a huge company. Now, the main office could be referred to as the corporate office or the headquarters. So corporate just refers to a large company. So when we explained the afternoon routine, we said they meet to discuss what they're going to do for the large company. Website or the corporate website makes sense, right? So now we understand corporate. So again, we were able to speak about the afternoon routine like a native English speaker very fluently, simply because we first thought about it in English. One more time. Who, what, when, where, and why. All of these pieces of information were included in our response when we spoke about the afternoon routine. So what about the evening routine? All right, so here we go. Evening routine. Maybe you enjoy hanging out with your friends. So we have to start with, again, the who. My closest friends and I. They're my elementary school friends. What we go out to eat when every Thursday at 7 p.m. We're popular restaurants in our area. Why we are all foodies and we enjoy spending time with each other after work. Now I want to pause really quickly and emphasize something again. This phase, this step, this stage is very simple. It doesn't matter what level you are in English, you can think of who you are with what. You did very simply where you were, why and when. Again, the thinking portion is simple, breaking it down using the 5 W's. Right now, we have everything that you do in the evening with your friends having a great time. Now we need to speak in English about your evening routine. So here we go. Evening routine, using all of the information we gathered from the 5 W's. My closest friends and I have known each other since elementary school. Usually, we try to hang out every Thursday at 7 p.m. We go out to eat at popular restaurants in our area because we are all foodies. But more importantly, we truly enjoy spending time with each other after work. Now you know how natural that sounded, right? But look, I just used the 5 W's and you can do the same thing to sound like a native English speaker. Now there are a few words and expressions that I'd like to go over with you. The first one is, hang out after me. Hang out, excellent. Now let me explain what hang out actually means. Here we go. It means to spend time relaxing or socializing informally, or to spend a lot of time in a place or with someone. Hey, spend time with your friends at a restaurant. I used to enjoy cooking for my friends when I lived in South Korea. I loved it, and I would invite them over and we would hang out, spend time together. So in the comments section, I want you to tell us, where do you like to hang out? Do you like to hang out at the mall, at your friend's house? Maybe you like to go to a cafe. Where do you like to hang out? Let us know in the chat section, all right? So we say hang out in English. So again, looking at it, what do we see? My closest friends and I usually try to hang out every Thursday at 7 p.m. Now I want us to look at the next one, go out to eat. You may have heard this one or you may not have this. Just means again to eat at a restaurant or away from one's home. So I mentioned earlier that I love cooking, but sometimes it's nice to go to a restaurant to let somebody else cook for me, to let somebody else cook for myself and my friends. So we go out. We're not inside, we go out to eat. Let us know in the chat section, where do you like to go out to eat? Maybe in your country, there are some amazing restaurants. Where do you like to go out to eat? I love going to Indian restaurants. As you all know, I love Indian food and Mexican food as well, so we say go out to eat in English, and again, we said go out to eat at popular restaurants. Now, the last one I want to explain is a popular one. Foodie, you got it. F sound, front teeth, bottom lip after me. Foodie, excellent. All right, now, let me explain what a foodie is. A foodie is a person with a particular interest in food, or a person who loves a food and is very interested in different types of food. Yes, I consider myself to be a foodie. I love so many different types of food. I love Indian. I love Haitian. I love Mexican. I love Mediterranean because the food is delicious. So I consider myself to be a foodie because I'm so interested in food. Maybe you're a foodie as well. All right? So we say foodie in English, and we explained that my friends and I are foodies makes sense, right? Okay, so again, what we did was we were able to explain, talk about, speak English fluently about my or your or their evening routine. Simply because we first thought about it in English. Who, what, when, where, and why. And then we were able to give the response like a native English speaker. Now, honestly, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I hope you learned a lot, and I hope you put this into practice. You can do it. I want to encourage you all. You have to do is think in English, like a native English speaker using the 5 Ws, and then you'll be able to speak like a native English speaker. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to help you and to teach you and guide you along your way. Don't forget to subscribe the channel. You'll find more interesting videos on pronunciation and many other things to help you along your English journey, all right. I'll see you in the next video, but as always, remember to speak English.